In this video, I'm going to try to explain to you how to make a website for yourself, like a portfolio or like a website, like a blogging stuff and something like that. I'm just going to try to explain to you how to do that. Just a guide. I'm not going to go into detail. It's just a guide, an overview. If you want more, just comment something, what you would like to learn more about. Okay, so right off the bat, how to make yourself a website. Fuck you. Why do you even need a website? I fucking know. This is just a tutorial how to make one. Really, like, the reasons might vary, but you will probably need a website in the future, so why the fuck not? Okay, what do you need? A laptop, preferably not dying one like I had before, because there was literally so many errors on it. It was crazy. It was so stressful. But if you have a laptop, if you have a computer that is not dying, you're set. Internet, another thing. It's like, look, you will need internet because the errors you're going to run into, you will need to solve them, and you probably don't know how to do that, because if you did, you wouldn't have those mistakes or errors, right? Plus, you need the internet for using the AI, which I'm going to talk about later. And yeah, probably the most important one, you need to have more than 2 brain cells. There's no way around it. You need that. Okay, what do you need to know? Basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript. React and Next.js would be great, but you will probably understand them. You will get the hang of them as you go. We will be using Vercel, Canva, and GitHub. Vercel for deploying, Canva for designing and stuff, for getting assets like images, like logos, perhaps even some fonts, or even designing the entire website. We're going to use Canva. And GitHub, we're going to store the code for deployment there. Okay, design. It's really hard to go about making a website, and probably the most important thing I learned about making a website is that you need to have a design first. I tried to make websites from scratch without doing anything, and it was just horrible. Like, you can't even start with the header, you can't even start with the footer, let alone the content of the website itself. It's crazy hard to come up with something that looks good while you're coding it. So you need to design your page first. There are several things you need to follow and know about to make your website look professional. The first thing is guiding lines. Guiding lines is something very important. It's more about something that you don't think about, but when you see them used wrong, you know something is off and just it doesn't look right. So guiding lines are important. You're going to see them you're going to see them in a moment. Another one is color palettes. Don't match fucking dark blue with black. It's going to look horrible. It's going to be unreadable. It's not going to look professional. So try to find good color palettes. Either use an AI to generate color palettes, or some website like a color hunt or something like that. Another thing is templates and copying. If you need to have a contact page with your contact data, with your contact info and stuff, just fucking use a template. You don't need to literally rip it off, but try to use as much as you can templates and just copy everything that there is, because chances are you're not going to come up with something new. You're just going to copy it anyway. So find something that looks good and try to copy it. Change some things, tweak it a bit, But yeah, use templates and kind of be a copycat, really. So guidelines are these things. Like this is one of my websites that I did for a client. These purple lines are guidelines, and as you can see, the frequently asked questions section is aligned with get in touch now contact form. It's exactly at the same borders, even though the website is bigger. Those lines run through the entire website, and the logo, the text, everything aligns to those lines. There's like in the middle, and there are two on the sides. It makes it look professional, and when it's not used correctly, again, something just feels off. So yeah, color palettes. This one is very simple. Don't try to come up with your own colors. Just use AI or find some professionally made color palettes. You can find them for free. It's fucking easy. Just Google that. Again, templates and copying. Use already pre-made components if you can, because that's going to save your time and it's going to make your website look professional. Again, just don't try to come up with some new shit unless you're trying to learn how it works. But if you already know how it works, just use the fucking thing. Don't waste your time. It's going to be so much better than giving up. Okay, what about the coding part now? Next.js and React's coding part now. Next.js and React.js. Hopefully you already have some experience with it. If you don't, then yeah, you better off have. So why Next.js in the first place? It's the easiest way to have a backend server and deploy it somewhere. Like, it's very easy to create routing with the pages directory and stuff. It uses React.js, one of the most popular frameworks or libraries. So it also integrates with Tailwind CSS very easily. That's a really convenient thing for you in the future. And probably the other most important part is that you can deploy it on Vercel for free, and it's very easy. Okay, the next thing is Tailwind CSS. This one is important. Again, it's all about efficiency here. Writing CSS styles for every fucking thing is going to take a long time. Unless you're learning CSS, don't fucking do that. Just use Tailwind. It exists for a reason. It's all about efficiency. If you can make your website fast, you're going to be better off than learning more. So use Tailwind. Git and GitHub. This one is pretty tough, but it's not tougher than Next.js. Anyway, so Git is basically a tracking system for your code. If you fuck something up, you can go back. It's like a time machine. So the best way to learn about Git is to learn how to use branches and stuff. That's pretty much 90% of all you fucking need for Git. GitHub is something that stores the code online. It's literally the same thing, but in the cloud. That's fucking it. Vercel. Again, this is by far the easiest way to publish your website. Just sign up with GitHub, create a project from repo that your code is in, and then your website should be live, literally, unless you've fucked something up. The only left part is to buy a domain on Squarespace, not Google Domains anymore because they killed it. On Squarespace and just connect it. It's very easy to do, just Google it. It's like a 5-minute thing. Yeah, Squarespace is about buying domain. Just fucking buy it. You already have address on the internet you can send people to, and it's going to look professional, but because having website is professional, having social media is where the money flows, but having a website is all about being professional. And one of the last things, again, I'm going to try to drill this into your head. It's all about efficiency. Doing it fast is better than doing it slow and doing it better. But look, if you do something fast, you're going to go leaps ahead of someone doing it the proper way. And the thing is, most of the times in life, speed is all that fucking matters. You see? Do you fucking understand that? So doing it fast, using templates, being efficient, using the right tools, using Tailwind, deploying it on some popular thing that's very easy to deploy like Vercel, and not some fucking Linode or whatever. Tweaking every little shit. No. Fucking be efficient. Use templates. And yeah, you could genuinely build your website in 5 days with some very, very basic knowledge. That's pretty much it for this video. If you want to learn more about something from this video, then comment. Fucking do something, I don't know. Just let me know. What do you need?